Wednesday brought an unexpected roster move to Dallas with the release of Rashaan Evans. While he hadn't contributed much, his exit leaves the linebacker core even thinner than it had been. And then word came that Evans had been arrested the day prior. In the shuffle, the offensive line gets back a very big piece of depth for the home stretch of the season, and the injury report has mixed news for Cowboys Nation. Meanwhile, we wrap up our post-game analysis on the Miami loss, including still more about Micah Parsons and all those penalties. One insider says things will have to change for next year, at least when it comes to roughing the passer. We'll look ahead to Saturday night and Jimmy Johnson's long-awaited induction, and how the Lions hope to co-opt the night's energy to steal a win. Darren Woodson is once again one step away from football immortality. The Cowboys still have decent odds to win the whole darn thing, and we flash back to the ugliest playoff game in NFL history and an occasion when defense truly ruled the day. That's all next in news and notes. The Cowboys waived linebacker Rashaan Evans after 9 game appearances this season. He could return to the practice squad if he goes unclaimed. Offensive tackle Matt Waletzko has been activated off injured reserve and could make his season debut after a long shoulder rehab. Shortly after news of his release broke, it was discovered that Evans had been arrested Tuesday for possessing between 2 and 4 ounces of marijuana. A Cowboys official maintains, though, that was not the reason the linebacker was cut less than 24 hours later. Even before the release of Evans, Dallas was looking thin at linebacker. But there are options. Malik Jefferson could get a permanent call-up from the practice squad. Or maybe Corey Littleton's worth a phone call. Perhaps Josh Bynes would unretire. Or the Cowboys could try to nab Miles Jack or Anthony Barr off their current practice squad. Hunter Luepke's fumble was obviously an early game-changer, and we're still talking about the atrocious roughing penalty called against Micah Parsons. But CeeDee Lamb's clutch 4th down catch extended a go-ahead score and might have been a game-winner, if not for that face mask grab by Damone Clark. The former NFL VP of officiating believes both the Cowboys and Dolphins got flagged for roughing the passer when they shouldn't have been. 9 of those calls happened around the league in Week 16. Several look to be legal hits when viewed after the fact. Blandino says there's a way to maintain player safety while also preventing defenders from being mistakenly penalized for clean tackles. Don't look for Parsons to flop in order to draw attention to opponents holding him. I'm not a guy that's going to fake it, because I still believe I can make the play, Parsons said. He implies refs are missing holds against him because he's simply faster than they know how to watch. I don't think they realize I'm 4.3 off the edge. I think the refs understand I'm a good player but don't understand the actual plays that I can make with my speed and what I can control. Darren Woodson is once again on Canton's doorstep, waiting for a knock. The 3-time Super Bowl champ is one of 15 finalists for the Pro Football Hall of Fame's class of 2024, along with notables like Devin Hester, Reggie Wayne, Antonio Gates, and Julius Peppers. The Jimmy and Jerry saga finally gets its happily ever after on Saturday. Charlotte Jones and Troy Aikman were the ones who brokered a 2-hour October meeting between the two at the start to finally hammer out the details. Johnson will go into the team's Ring of Honor in a 13-minute halftime ceremony that will be broadcast live on both ESPN and ABC, just in case there was any question about the power Jones and Johnson still wield all these years later. The Lions coach thinks being the opponent on Jimmy Johnson's induction night is awesome, and he hopes his team can put on a show for the coach he admired so much as he was growing up in rural Texas. He can watch us play and be like, I like that style. I approve of that, Campbell said. A late December clash over a half-century ago saw the Cowboys beat the Lions in the divisional round of the playoffs by the improbable score of 5-0. A chip-shot field goal, a well-timed fourth-quarter safety, and a tip-drill interception sealed what coach Tom Landry called, at the time, the greatest win we've ever had with the Dallas Cowboys.